So we'll have to check on that. I'm guessing it's going to be horrible. But with our little spreader, one thing I am able to do is possibly lime every year. And then that way we don't have to worry about capacity, because we'll only be spreading a small amount each year. Not that we have actually, with the grass you're harvesting it sort of 3-4 times a year, so we will have to put the full load on those. But for things like the corn, we'll have harvested grass, we'll harvest the corn. I could spread lime before I plant the corn, which is just a low top-up amount. It's not going to use up too much, but it'll keep the field in pristine condition. While you can go 3 harvests before it starts getting noticeable on the yield, at that point you're starting to need a big supply of it to adequately cover the field. And that's kind of the issue we have with the small size of our spreader. And yeah, tractor's down to 74%, so definitely at the end of this contract we're going to need to 22% left to go. We're definitely going to need to do a service on the tractor to keep the price or the costs down. So, kids are all about to go out with Mrs. Osa. Just gathering the laundry by the looks of it. And then there will be a little bit of peace and quiet for a couple of hours. 10 after 10, real time. I suppose I could take a break from this. We'll take the tractor down to the store. We'll have them service it. We'll jump over to the Kubota and lime the new field. That's probably a good plan. That's more like it. We actually landed pretty much in the area of the field with that drop.
Mommy, do you find in a whole bunch of games and stuff we are going to bring upstairs?
Oh, please don't.
It's a lot of Daddy's games, but they were really fun.
We've got all our games in the basement. And the problem is a lot of them come upstairs.
Barry, it's time to go.
Bits get lost.
Yep.
And they get put away somewhere else. Common grief of parents with kids. Well, I know we had a thing, and I know I put it here. I wonder where it is now. It's like the other day I went into, I was making breakfast and sort of, I need to, I finished up using something. Actually, it was probably a stick of butter. So I got another stick of butter out, unwrapped it, stuck it in the butter dish, opened the trash and put the piece of paper in the trash, and it's like, oh, well, there's a thing that I didn't know we needed. Because nobody ever tells me we're running out of something. They either tell me, oh, I am using the last one right this minute, so you need to go shopping and get one. Well, no, I'm making breakfast. I ain't going shopping right now. Or when you get back from shopping, they say, "Oh, you didn't buy." No, I didn't buy because I didn't know we needed any. Especially on the things I don't eat. I am slightly lactose intolerant, so I just don't drink milk. So I don't pay attention to when we're running out of milk. So when I go shopping, I don't automatically think, oh, I need to buy some milk. Because I noticed this morning when I had some type of thing. Now other stuff, yeah. So if we're running out of bread, for example, I notice we're running out of bread because I had some toast this morning. So, oh, we need some more bread. But most of the other stuff, I don't eat it, I don't notice it. And I don't hear about it until after I've been shopping and sort of, oh, you didn't buy. Yeah, I didn't. Did you tell me? No, I didn't. Well, that's why I didn't buy. So, much as I'm not planning it, I may have to go out to the store later today and buy some things, because I know we're out of white bread that the kids eat. I tend not to because it's not really good for me. There are certain situations I will have some white bread because it tastes better with a thing. But most of the time I have a low calorie, low carb wheat bread. Have fun. Because it doesn't give me indigestion, and I can just eat that, and doesn't seriously affect the blood sugars either. Bacon sandwiches. I tend to eat the white bread when I'm having garlic toast. We've bought some butter with garlic in. It's a little bit over salty, but if I'm having garlic toast, I'll usually put it on white bread because the brown bread's very thin and can be a little bit flimsy. And also, if I'm having bacon sandwiches, I'll tend to have them on white bread because the white bread is thicker and doesn't fall apart when you're making the bacon sandwich. But other than that, if I'm having toast and peanut butter, low calorie, low carb wheat bread works good enough for that. Let's rip the plough apart by driving around in circles. Oops. Anyway, that's most of the edge of this field. I should be ploughing the opposite direction, really. Because you push the dirt in one direction, which is why the ploughs are designed to flip. Anyway, let's do that. Come on, you can do it. We are at 97%. Good grief. How much of this bit am I going to have to do? And there's other things that I eat that the rest of the family generally don't. Danny boy, hey, and welcome to the chat. Thank you for joining us. And Cameo, welcome. Good morning. Yeah, that works sometimes, but so frequent. You know, teenagers don't remember anything, have the memory span of a goldfish. And so, you know, you do, yeah. Is there anything we need from the store? Oh, we need candy and chips and, yeah, okay, fine. Oh, we don't have any for breakfast. It's sort of, well, you should have told me when I went to the store yesterday rather than wait until this morning and saying, oh, we don't actually have any. That was the whole point of me asking when I went to the store yesterday. Oops. It's like one of her chores is loading and running the dishwasher. She does her own laundry, we do ours. That's not a thing. But the dishwasher, her job is to load the dishwasher and unload it. And we are done. Lift that up and fold it. And I have told her so many times, when you're loading the dishwasher, don't put small things in the corners because the water doesn't spray in the corners. And I had to go in the dishwasher this morning because we were out of knives and teaspoons, and oh look, there's a small cup in the corner that's still all covered in crud because it didn't get washed because the spray from the rotary thing doesn't spray in the corners. Now I've told her that so many times I've just lost count. And in other news, oh, I can't wait till I get to drive the lawnmower tractor. Not going to happen because you don't listen to instructions. And you know, the problem I have is she'll, you know, you tell her something, you tell her how to do it, and then she does it wrong and breaks something or whatever, and you say, why did you do that? We told you not to do that. Oh, I didn't know. Well, I'm not letting her loose on the lawn tractor because I can't afford for it to get damaged. And she's going to do something dumb on it and either break it or injure herself, and she's not going to know because she just didn't know. You sort of know, you've been told all the times and you still do it wrong. So until you pay attention to the non-dangerous stuff that we're asking you to do, I'm not going to let you do dangerous stuff. I'm not going to let you use power tools. I'm not going to let you use the lawnmower because I can't afford for a thing to get broken. I probably can, but you know, it's, I don't want to have to pay for a thing to be broken, and I'm afraid I don't want you getting injured either. So until you pay attention to the things we are telling you for your own good, we're not going to be doing that. We're not going to be playing that game. This is all fun and games. Let's put the bucket there. Then I can't remember if that weight is big enough for our spreader. think I am going to have to make a quick trip to the men's room in a moment. I mean, I'm not sure what's happening with our local farmer friend. I mean, his primary thing, I think, is beef. But he does have, he got some fields of wheat this year. He's got the, looks like the soybeans are getting to the point where they're almost ready to harvest. The corn's got a little way to go. But, I think last week he's finished doing all of the spraying that he was doing with the drone, and 10,000. I'm going to regret that, but we'll get 10,000. Yes, we can do something like that. Okay, I'll be back in a couple of minutes. So. Okay. I'm back. Yeah, that was the other thing. We bought a set of really nice new pans, non-stick, everything. Do not put metal in it, do not clean them in the dishwasher. Lots and lots of things. If you're going to use them, you need to be doing this. Looking on the wrong thing. Well, week 1, she's stacking them in the cupboard on top of each other. they've got metal bases. They're scratching the insides. Oh, I didn't know. Okay. Go over it again. Don't put metal in them. Don't stack them on top of each other. Don't do things. Oh no, that's interesting. This field has been lined, but it's not at ideal levels. That's awesome. Hopefully this works, or I'm going to have to plough this. Well, okay. Plough the field first. But she will not use. She doesn't cook things. She heats things up. So we've got a skillet on the stove, which I've got no problems. I haven't had any problems with. Oh, this is not the way. Yeah, with cooking eggs on it or anything like that, it comes clean really quickly. Well, not so much for her. When she cooks an egg, it ends up just covered in, egg sunk into the pores of the iron. And I keep telling you need to cook things, not just heat them up. But no, she would basically crack an egg into the pan, then turn it on, and you end up with egg. If you heat the pan up first, 30 seconds, whatever, get it to operating temperature, you can crack an egg in it and it will come out clean. So because she makes it hard on herself when she cooks eggs in the skillet, she doesn't cook eggs in the skillet. She uses the nice new pans. Well, we've got her away from using metal utensils and stacking them onto each other. The other week I'm looking, she's cleaning it with a scouring pad. I sort of, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just cleaning it with a soft cloth, not with a scourer. Scourer's gonna scratch it. We're trying to avoid getting it scratched, so it can be used again and again, and as a non-stick pan. Oh, I didn't know. Find me a wall. I'll beat my head against it. Maybe it'll knock some sense into you, because it sure as hell isn't making my life fun at the time. So. I mean, eventually she's the prime example of why there are warning labels on power tools. Because every time you see a warning label on something, it's there because somebody did it. Do not insert your fingers into the rotating blades of the lawnmower. Yes. You know why? Because somebody did that once. And they thought it would be a really good idea to warn people not to do it. She is that person. Okay. So I can spread lime here. I'm not sure a worker would bother spreading lime here. But I can spread lime here. So we'll get this up to operating condition. We are chomping through it rather quickly, so I am going to need another load. I was right, this weight's a little bit too light for this tractor. It's one of the reasons I'm thinking of getting something a little bit bigger than, I think this is the M6. The M5 is the narrow orchard tractor. And I'd probably find the M7 or M8 a little bit better. But I'm keeping my eye out on tractors in this class. I may just trade this thing in for a bigger one. Oh, and that was it. Another tractor that came up over the winter period was the Class Arian A500, or the Class Arian 500, which is a mod. Nice little tractor. It comes with some interesting options, but not really something I want. It's about the same horsepower as this, maybe a little lighter, and just it wouldn't do the jobs we want. But the main thing I have to take care of is making sure that whatever we replace this with at the moment has a front loader, because we don't have one, or we don't have a dedicated loader on the farm. And this works, you know, apart from I've got the auger to load silage at the moment, but when I do need it, I had to shovel some of the silage out because the auger just wasn't detecting it. But yeah, this tractor's a little bit light on the front when this tank's fully loaded. Ugh. This is actually quite a struggle driving this. So I could go this way this time. Definitely a benefit having the mini map with the with precision farming running. You can see where you've been, what you're doing. You just get all of the things that you need to done. How's the tank doing? We're about halfway. And because this is an auto spread again, we don't have to worry too much about, am I too far over that way and spraying lime on the headland?